Immutable arguments. A borrowed object is an immutable reference to an object that a function receives, instead of receiving a copy of the object. Call function has full read and execute access to the object, but it cannot modify. The caller has exclusive ownership of the object. Default behavior for fn arguments explicitly define it with the borrowed keyword. Fn use _something big. A and B are passed the same, because borrowed is the default. A.print id. B.print id. Default applies to all arguments uniformly, including the self-argument of methods. When passing large values or when passing expensive values like a reference counted pointer. Let us see an elaborate example of a code. Please pause the video, go through the code example. Now let's see the explanation. The code starts with a function called try something big, which is passed in the argument big. This function creates an instance of something big and then prints its ID number. The next line uses this object by passing it to another function, use something big. The code starts with a struct called something big that has two fields, id number and huge. It also has an initializer method init that takes no arguments and returns self, the struct. The copy init method copies all the fields from one object to another except for those marked as mutable or borrowed. In this case, id number is not copied because it's marked as mutable in the definition of something big. The code attempts to print the ID number of the something big struct. The first line creates a new instance of the something big struct and assigns it to big. The second line prints out the ID number of this instance with self.id number equals number. Why arguments are important in Mojo? In Python, all fundamental values are references to objects. Python function can modify the original object. In Python, all fundamental values are references to objects. Thus, Python developers are used to thinking about everything as reference semantic. Python or machine level, you see references actually passed by copy. Python copies a pointer and adjusts reference counts. This Python approach, heap allocated, follow the same reference semantic approach. Values to live on the stack in hardware registers. Let's see why argument conventions are important. Mojo structs are always inlined into their container, used as a field of another type or into the stack frame of the containing function. How lifetimes of values controlled to keep Mojo a memory-safe language. Mojo compiler uses data flow analysis, type annotation provide full control over value copies, aliasing of references, and mutation control. These features similar in like a Rust language, but they work differently to make Mojo easier to learn. And they integrate better into the Python ecosystem without requiring a massive annotation burden.